Manchester United have been knocked out the League Cup by Manchester City 1-0. Really disappointed Manchester United have gone out. I was expecting Manchester United to get knocked out of this competition, to be honest. Losing 2-0 at home to City just killed the tie for me off, but we managed to get a 1-0 victory away from home, which is the worst of it, because if we'd played a bit better at Old Trafford, where we've actually been better at Old Trafford than we have away from home normally this season, up till the last couple of results against Manchester City and Burnley respectively, they've been really, really poor. But on the whole, we've been better at home than we have away, and that's the second time this season that we've won away at Manchester City, which is a bit of a positive because we don't really... Man City have got a much superior team to Manchester United. Let's not beat around the bush. Yes, they've rotated their side, but when they rotate their side is filled with so much quality still in attack, in midfield, and the worst of it was their back line. You're looking at their back line, Otamendi in there at centre half, it wasn't really convincing me, and that is the disappointing thing, that Manchester United couldn't get Greenwood and Martial in the game in that first half, and it's disappointing that Greenwood's had to go off with apparently a knock, because if he's out of that game against Wolves, it does really put everything onto Martial again to try and get Manchester United out of the shit, and just really is so inconsistent, Martial, that to rely on him to get your goals is just so worrying. I mean, it was a nice strike by Matic in that first half from the free kick, and obviously getting himself sent off during the second half, which was a bit fucking stupid, because we are really down on numbers, Manchester United, at this moment in time, and to get himself sent off leaves us very short in midfield for that next game, because although we've signed Bruno Fernandes, will Bruno Fernandes even be able to play in that game? Yeah, I presume he'll be probably going to start on the bench, I would presume, for that game. I wouldn't expect him to start straight away coming into the league. So, I mean, it's Wednesday already. I mean, we've only got Thursday, Friday and then Saturday before the game. The medical and everything hasn't gone through yet, so probably isn't going to be starting that game for Manchester United, which is going to leave us really threadbare in that midfield against Wolves, which is a massive game for Manchester United to try and claw any way back in that top four, which I think is almost completely gone. But I don't know, I wasn't really expecting much from this game. I was expecting annihilation, to be honest, and it hasn't happened this evening. So, but you can't take any positives away from getting knocked out of a cup competition, because I don't care if you play horseshit, great, it doesn't matter, to be honest, as long as you get through the tie. That's always what I think. And sometimes, like when we got play Wolves in the FA Cup, when we got the 0-0 away from home, I didn't give a shit because we were still in the FA Cup, and I want to stay in every competition. I always do, always will, even though Manchester United have got a threadbare squad, and in the long run it's probably going to benefit, it could benefit Manchester United in the league or the Europa League with so many games coming, because that's going to be coming in around February, the League Cup final, but to be honest, I wouldn't give a shit, because if you're in the League Cup final, you've got a chance of silverware, and that really does limit Manchester United's chances this season now of getting any silverware, with the Europa League obviously being that main one Manchester United need. But I don't know, I mean, tonight he's gone with that back five again, which it seems like he might be wanting to go with that in these big games. I mean, he played it, I don't know, but I'm not the biggest fan of that back five. But he seems to want to play it. He liked to play Williams against Liverpool in a more advanced role, sort of more to nullify the other team, which I think with Manchester United playing a back five, this wasn't how Manchester United were years ago. Manchester United would go out there to win these games. Okay, we've won the game this evening, but I just don't like Manchester United setting up with a back five. It's just not me. It just doesn't represent me as Manchester, how Manchester United used to be. But that was the way he chose to go, and Manchester United on this occasion actually got them the victory. But we have played it at other times, and I'm not a massive fan of it. That's for sure anyway. But we have to see how he decides to line up in that next game against Wolves, because we're obviously going to probably have at least one less. Well, we will have one less player in Matic, and probably Greenwood if he's not fit, and it's going to really limit Manchester United options with having one lone forward in Martial, so he may have to switch up the formation again and see. But we're out the cup, and there's not really much more to say on that. There's no point ranting and raving because I think most Manchester United fans thought we would be out of it anyway. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.